The coronavirus pandemic is not just claiming lives, it's also threatening to take down Donald Trump's #1 boast, a strong U.S. economy. At this point, with the stock market going wild, Donald Trump has decided to blame China.
If we had known about this a number of months earlier, it could have been contained to that one area in China where it started. And certainly the world is paying a big price for what they did, and the world is paying a very big price for not letting them come out. Everybody knows that.
Trump has decided to even give the virus a new name.
I would like to begin by announcing some important developments in our war against the Chinese virus. The Chinese virus, it comes from China. That's why.
This kind of language has, of course, infuriated Beijing. The country's foreign minister put out a strong message for those playing the blame game.
Recently, some U.S. senior officials have made insulting comments about China amidst the pandemic outbreak. These comments neither correlate with science nor with the decisions of the World Health Organization. This stigmatization triggered strong outrage among Chinese people. We express our condemnation.
Now, it's not just China disapproving of Trump on this one. The World Health Organization has asked Donald Trump to cut it out.
Viruses know no borders, and they don't care about your ethnicity, the color of your skin, or how much money you have in the bank. So it's really important we be careful in the language we use, lest it lead to the profiling of individuals associated with the virus.
Now, for all those looking to blame China, it's worth looking into their vast global efforts to stem the pandemic, donating test kits to Cambodia and plane loads of masks and ventilators to France and Italy, along with medical teams. They've pledged to help the Philippines, Spain, and other countries. Chinese doctors are on their way to Iraq and Iran. President Xi called it a health Silk Road, pledging to get assistance where it's needed planet-wide. Look at America's response overseas. Take a look at Iran. Iran is one of the countries that is worst hit, with its health services dangerously overloaded. Officials are saying that millions could die, but yet Iran is being hit with more U.S. sanctions.
Donald Trump is maliciously tightening the U.S. illegal sanctions with the aim of draining Iran's resources needed in the fight against COVID-19, while our citizens are dying from it. The world can no longer be silent as U.S. economic terrorism is supplanted by its medical terrorism. In a letter to counterparts, Hassan Rouhani informs how efforts to fight the COVID-19 pandemic in Iran have been seriously hampered by U.S. sanctions, urging them to cease observing them. It is immoral to let a bully kill innocents.
Cuba and Venezuela are both in the early stages of an outbreak. Now, both countries are going to face huge hurdles of crippling U.S. restrictions.
If the US government is going to assist other countries, let alone provide some kind of leadership role during this global crisis, the first thing it should do is cause no harm. Economic sanctions, as the US is applying against Iran, Cuba, Venezuela and other countries, cause immense harm.
To state the obvious, the virus does not discriminate. We're all in this together. So why would anyone want to inflame international tensions or inflict economic damage to nations at a time like this?
Trump is a nationalist. He's always trying to drum up hostility to foreign countries, especially China these days. He makes a point of saying the Wuhan virus or the Chinese virus rather than COVID-19. He's definitely trying to use this to drum up international hostilities. China was slow in the beginning. And it took China a few weeks to get its act together. But it's important to emphasize that Trump is in no position to be criticizing China, because the U.S. response so far has been chaotic, haphazard. There aren't enough masks. There aren't enough tests. I think that one-sided blame games is not only ridiculous, but the worst thing possible in the current atmosphere.